Welcome back to Then We Eat. On this week's episode, we'll be making chicken Parmesan pasta casserole. So the first thing we need to do is we need to cut up some chicken. So I have 1 pound, it's just about 1 pound, 1 ounces here. It's actually just 2 chicken breasts. So you need about a pound of chicken. And you want to cut them into bite-sized pieces. I would say you're looking at about 1 inch thickness. And there's our chicken cut up. I'm just going to put it aside while we get the rest of our ingredients together. So now it's time to work on the breading for our chicken. So I have 3 eggs that I'm going to crack into my container. And I'm going to add just a little tiny bit of milk. I find that it helps the egg mix a little bit better and it makes it go a little further. And we'll give that a quick mix. Here's my egg mixture. I'm just going to set this aside. So the next thing we need to do is our flour mixture. So I've got 2 cups of flour and I'm just going to, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to dump it into a Ziploc bag and I'm going to coat my chicken in the Ziploc bag rather than in one of the containers. So I'm just going to dump the flour in. We'll put that aside. So I needed some Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. I didn't have any Italian seasoning, but if you check out our short, you'll see how it's made. So here it is in a pepper grinder. I'm just going to grind some into my breadcrumbs. So it ended up being about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. And to this, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. I think I mentioned it, but I'm not sure. I did say it was 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Now again, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to dump it all into my Ziploc bag and do the breadcrumbs in the Ziploc bag. It also helps you mix your garlic and your Italian seasoning in there. So there's our breadcrumbs done. So again, I'm going to put these aside. It's almost time to start coating our chicken. Okay, so let's get our chicken coated. So we're going to take our pieces. We're going to dump it into our flour mixture. We'll start with that. We'll give the Ziploc a nice close. Get as much air as we can. And give it a shake. So those ones are coated. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the rest of my chicken. Give it a shake up. And we'll be back when it's time to put it through the egg wash. Okay, so our chicken is well coated. Let's dump it in our egg wash. You're just going to take your pieces out, give it a light shake. And into the egg wash it goes. And after we've coated in the egg, we're going to dump it into our breadcrumbs. Shake off as much egg as you can. And we're going to continue until we get all our chicken coated. Okay, so we've got all our chicken coated in the egg. It's all in the breadcrumb. I'm just going to do a slight cleanup and we'll be back to shake the breadcrumbs. Okay, so here's our chicken and our breadcrumbs. We're just going to close the bag and we're going to give them a shake. Same as we did with the flour. And now that our chicken is all coated, we're going to take it out and we're going to put it on our cookie sheet. I've lightly greased it and then we'll bake it in the oven at 400 for 20 minutes. So there's our chicken. It's ready to go in the oven. As I said, I'm going to bake it for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. My oven is up to temperature, so we'll be back when this is baked. But in the meantime, I'm going to put a pot of water on the stove and I'm going to cook about 3 cups of rotini to go in our pasta bake. So I'm going to do that while my chicken is cooking. So when we come back, hopefully the pasta's cooked and the chicken's cooked. Welcome back. I know it's only been a couple of seconds, but for us it was 20 minutes. The chicken is cooked. It's time to move on to the next step. So now we want to take our chicken and we want to add it to a bowl. You can see the chicken is nicely browned. It's cooked on all sides and it's still crispy. And to our chicken, we're going to add our cooked pasta. Now the pasta is only cooked to al dente. It's still a little bit firm to the bite. You don't want to cook it all the way or you're going to have soggy pasta when you're finished, because this will cook in the oven for another 30 minutes. So into our chicken it goes. And to our mixture, we're going to add a half a cup of Parmesan cheese grated, a cup of mozzarella cheese shredded. So I've got 4 cups of sauce here. I'm not going to add it all to start. I'm going to add a little bit, give it a mix up. If I think it still needs some more sauce, then I'll add more. We'll try that much. And we'll give it a mix. Okay, so I've got it mixed in. You can see it still looks very dry, so I am going to add a little bit more of my sauce. And we'll give this a mix. Now we need to dump it into our baking dish. I've got a large baking dish here. I believe it's a 9 by 13. Don't quote me on that, it could be a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to dump my mixture from the bowl into my baking dish. If you would like to spray the bottom, you're welcome to. This doesn't say that you need to. I'm going to try it not sprayed. And you just kind of want to even it out so it's all one level. So we've got the casserole flattened out, ready for the oven. Now before we put it in the oven, we're going to add a little bit more Parmesan cheese, about another half a cup. And about a cup more of mozzarella cheese. If you like mozzarella, you can certainly add more. If you're on a health kick, don't add as much. I'm going to put a lid on this and I'm going to bake this in a 375-degree oven for 30 minutes. I'm going to check it at about 15 minutes. If I find that it needs to brown up a little bit, I'll take the lid off. I'll let you know when I pull it out how long I left the lid on for. So let's get it in the oven and start cooking. And once again, we're back. Although it's only been a couple seconds for you, it has been 30 minutes. We did put it in for the 30 minutes. I took the cover off after about 10, and I actually did broil it for the last 2 minutes. So here's our casserole out of the oven. Let's cut it and plate it. Well, I've got it plated up. Let's try it. That is so good. You get the crunchiness off the chicken. That marinara sauce is absolutely fantastic. And you can never go wrong with all that cheese. And the pasta is cooked just perfectly. Overall, this is fantastic. And it's pretty quick and simple to make. Although it does need to bake for a while, it didn't really take that long to prepare. Well, that pretty much does it for this video. Hit the like button if you liked what you saw. Share the video with all your friends. Hit the notification bell. It lets you know when we upload a new video. We upload every Friday. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And comment down below. What did you think of this video? Or better yet, what would you like to see us make next? And don't forget, first we cook, then we eat.